What's up YouTube? OnePlus have launched their new flagship, the 8T, with the massive numbers in spec and puts a wow in our faces every time, which is one of the OnePlus's specialty to attract the buyers. So are those numbers in spec really does the job? So let's get started. As usual, let's see from the design. The design of the OnePlus 8T is very thin and noticeably the cameras have moved to the top left corner. And the OnePlus says that this phone is 188 grams and 8.4 millimeters thick. The way I feel about it is very silly, since most people use their phones with the large grips and cases to protect their phones. And I couldn't see anyone without a phone case, which obviously rules out the selling point of the OnePlus 8T. And the OnePlus said that this phone texture would be very silky smooth from the past OnePlus One device. Unless it's not a fingerprint magnet, well, it's a good thing for the users who don't like cases and grips. And the important feature, the display. The display of the phone is a flat AMOLED display and allow it instead of the curved screens. In addition to that, it is a 120Hz display, which means you can scroll very smoothly and playing games on it is very smooth and gives more FPS. Speaking of smooth, OnePlus have partnered with the Epic Games to bring Fortnite and you can play in 90 FPS on it, which is more than the average PC which provides around 60 FPS. The display has a rating of A+ from DisplayMate and JNCD of 0.3, which means the color accuracy of the display is very accurate as you see with the naked eye. In addition to that, it supports the HDR10+, which is great for binge watching. So overall, I'm impressed with the display. So that's a thumbs up for the display, but I still don't like to have a punch hole in my display. And I even feel bad for this phone doesn't come up with the water and dust resistant IP ratings for the price you pay. Then the camera. Comparing to the previous OnePlus 8, this time they equipped a triple camera setup at the back. The main camera lens is still the same, the wide angle lens is still the same, and the macro lens has a slight upgrade to 5 megapixel from 2 megapixel when compared with the OnePlus 8. And this time, OnePlus have added a monochrome lens, which I don't see it as a great feature, since most people who have OnePlus phones forgot that they have a nightscape mode and still prefers to take pictures on the main lens as it is very snappier and saves time. And I find interesting that this monochrome lens is used even while capturing from the main camera lens for normal pictures, which I believe that the phone takes the monochrome image off from that lens to find the sweet spot for the HDR image processing. And the OnePlus states that this OnePlus 8T has a new bokeh effect while capturing a video, which I'm very fan of it and I love it. In addition to that, it has a super stable feature which gives a super steady video at 4K 60 FPS. And I have a confession to make here for video capturing on smartphones. Video capturing on smartphones are very shit for post-processing of the video for any media except the iPhones. And that's the reason why most of the content creators and vloggers around the world prefer an iPhone or a DSLR for the video capturing than the Android smartphones. And the front camera setup is a 16 megapixel with 123-degree field of view, which gives more real estate to the picture, and I would give a thumbs up unless it doesn't show up like a fisheye picture. And hey, if you're still sticking up to this video, don't forget to subscribe cause I'm doing a follow-up video comparing the Pixel 5 and OnePlus 8T, which would be a lot different than this. And here comes the interesting and cool facts about the charger of this phone. This charger is a beast, providing 65 watts of power and charges the phone to the maximum under 30 minutes, which I believe has a great advantage and a disadvantage to it. Here's what it is. Advantage of the phone is that it can be charged in minutes and can keep up all day. And the disadvantage is that the health of the battery, which you need to be very concerned if you're really into buying this phone. even though OnePlus claims that it keeps up to 80% of its battery health even after 100 cycles of charge, which I believe it's just overkilling the fast charging feature, and which you need to be very concerned if you're buying this phone. OnePlus achieved this 65-watt charging feature by having two 2250 mAh battery inside it and charging them simultaneously, so it just splits up the work and charges faster. And thanks to the vapor chamber of this phone, as it looks after the temperature, which OnePlus claims it is a 285% bigger than the previous model, which I believe it should be considering the heat it generates, so look out for that. In addition to that, this 65-watt charger can fast charge non-OnePlus devices up to 45 watts, which is a good marketing strategy for the OnePlus. And how could I miss this? The performance. The performance on this device is pretty neat, and I can bet on that as it is powered by the Snapdragon 865 processor, which I previously made an in-depth analysis on that, so check that out too. Since it equips the 865 processor, this supports 5G and doesn't support the millimeter wave of 5G. And with UFS 3.1 storage, it's much more faster than the previous model. Wait, is it really faster than the previous model? Check this out. Under the note given by the OnePlus, it is theoretical and is claimed by the supplier of the UFS 3.1 storage. So don't fall into that trap just because it's faster than the previous model. It's very theoretical and it's not verified practically. Overall, it's a better performing phone and does a really good job in fulfilling the tasks, and it's still not worth the upgrading from OnePlus 7 or the similar one. And this phone is even powered by the Android 11, which is one of the early phones to get this update. And this is topped up with the Oxygen OS 11, which has been doing very well from the start, making the interface very clean and fast. Even the Photos app, Settings app, and the other default apps have been redesigned based on the reachable hand usage, which is very thoughtful. In addition to that, with this Oxygen OS 11, OnePlus have brought few new cool features like always on display, which OnePlus have partnered with some art school in New York, and Snapchat's Bitmoji to bring the digital avatars. And I believe users would love this type of AOD as this is very minimalistic than the Canvas AOD. So here's your overall take in this video. The OnePlus 8T is a great phone, and the fact that it is priced is very strange. The 5 megapixel monochrome lens and the AOD is very gimmicky to me, and I believe the battery health would be affected drastically due to the 65-watt fast charger. And I could really bet on the display and the stereo sound quality on the OnePlus 8T, which is top notch. If you're buying a OnePlus device for the first time, it's absolutely no doubt you will love this device and it gets you most out of the money you spent. Well, for existing OnePlus users from OnePlus 7, just hold on to the another giant leap from OnePlus. And that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Thank you for watching. Do leave a like, comment, and I'll try to answer as much as possible. And subscribe to have more videos like this.